Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about this man right here. His name is Alfred Adler, and he created a personality theory. And he actually started with Sigmund Freud, and he broke off from him and called it individual psychology. And so we're just going to take a little look into his life and kind of like how his theory applies to our life now. So, Alfred Adler was born in 1870 in Australia and originally worked alongside Sigmund Freud, as I mentioned before. But however, he did disagree with some of Freud's ideologies, especially the ones that focus on unconscious desires, and that led him to break away from him in around 1911. From there he developed his own approach. And just instead of seeing people as controlled by hidden drives, Adler believed that our personality is shaped by our goals, social environment, and desires to overcome challenges. Alfred Adler was originally born in 1870 in Australia, and like I said before, he originally worked for Sigmund Freud, but he disagreed with some of Freud's ideologies, but especially the ones about unconscious desires, and so that led him to break away from him in around 1911, just to develop his own approach. Instead of seeing people as controlled by their hidden desires, Adler believed our personality was more shaped by our goals, social environment, and desires to overcome challenges. Let's get into his main concept and ideas. So Adler believed that we all have a sense of inferiority, and especially as kids. And if you think about it, when you were younger, you did have to rely on others for pretty much everything. And what he seeks to tell us is that from there, we can either learn and grow and improve, and if we don't properly grow from that it can end up in two ways. One way is the inferiority complex, where we're just always doubting ourselves, and the other one is the complete opposite, which is the superiority complex, which is compensating for feeling inferior, so you're always being overly confident about everything. Also, I'm sorry that this is backwards for you guys. Our next one is social interest. So, unlike Freud, Adler believed that our biggest motivation is not just personal success, but it's actually social interest, meaning we thrive when we help others and build positive relationships. He saw personal growth and communication involvement as the key parts of a healthy personality. So meaning that we gain a lot of our motivation from our social interests and through our other relationships. Alright, so our next one is birth order theory. So this one I found really interesting. It's one of his most famous ideas, which is the birth order theory. He believed that our personality is influenced by whether we're the oldest, middle, or youngest, or even an only child. And so if you were a firstborn, he would say things like responsibility and leaders, and may feel pressure to succeed. And if you're a middle child, you would say that you're competitive, adaptable, and a peacemaker. But if you were the youngest child, he would say you're more sociable, charming, and probably spoiled. And if you're an only child, you're a little bit more mature, kind of a perfectionist, and just a little bit more independent. And these are, again, just theories on what develops your personality and his ideas. Now we're going to look at what it means to assess someone from an Adlerian approach. So how an Adlerian psychologist would assess someone's personality is like this. So they would look at the early childhood memories, dreams, social relationships, rather than just like tests given to people. Their therapy focuses on helping people understand their goals, struggles, and like their mindsets. And their therapy is like still used today in counseling, like educational purposes, and in, like life coaching. And a way to think about it is, if someone struggles with like low self-esteem, an Alderian therapist might help them like see where. So let's get into what I think about Alderian's approach and his theory of personality. So I think that he definitely has some good points around, like surrounding just everyone feeling insecure at some point, and just kind of like inferiority, some of his like birth order and social interest ideas. Like, I think it makes sense that we all like need to improve like in different ways, but I do think that he oversimplifies it. I think that there's a lot like more and like different things that go into influencing how and like what a personality can end up looking like. It's not just all down to, like I said, like birth order, social interests, and just like inferiority, superiority complex. But I do see like some truth in like what like his idea and theory of personality is. And that is my presentation. So if there were three things that I would want you to take away from this, it would basically be that our drive to overcome inferiority, our relationship with others, and how our upbringing shapes us, are all of his main concepts and his main theory of what majorly impacts personality. And yeah, all of his theories are still used today. And so yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.